Hello! Welcome to Coffee and Convo, a series where we talk about controversial topics with a cup of coffee, because everything's better with Mickey Mouse. Today's going to be a little different from my usual Coffee and Convos, because I'm also going to do my makeup while I do it, because I have things to do this afternoon, and I want to look nice for it. I kind of want to talk about Instagram because I wanted to share some thoughts and some unpopular opinions about Instagram. We all acknowledge that mostly everyone uses Instagram, and we low-key hate it, but we low-key have to use it because it's such an intrinsic part of our lives now. I have a few thoughts about Instagram, especially with all the recent things that has been happening. So I'm just gonna start talking while I get started on my face. Instagram is so fascinating as a platform, as a social media platform, because we obviously wanna look like our best lives. People show off their cars, people take photos with friends, people have this kind of perfect idea of themselves on Instagram, and I'm definitely guilty of that. I post my travel photos and I post myself with huge amounts of makeup and really nice clothes, but in reality I'm probably just editing them and in bed, and people don't like that, and people tend to complain about oh, Instagram's so fake, nothing's real anymore. Unpopular opinion number one: I think it's okay if you want to make your life look a bit grander on Instagram. Yes, I do understand there is societal pressure to look nice all the time. I do acknowledge that social media has a rise in a lot of mental illness cases because we are presenting that unfortunate, unrealistic expectations of our lives. However, we can't blame people for doing that. Oh, it's a really hot topic. Okay, I've been on Instagram since I was 16, 15. I started Instagram as a private account, and I had really shitty photos. I posted maybe once every 6 months just to post with my friends and my family before I made a public account because I wanted to start doing more makeup. I had always known that I was going to separate myself as the individual and then my Instagram as this whole other alter ego. I knew for a fact wasn't me. Anyway, I'm gonna stick with a light foundation today because I'll be in the sun most of the time. This is the NYX Bear With Me Tinted Skin Veil. I think a lot of people need to start separating their lives and other people's lives from Instagram, because I follow a lot of bloggers and actresses and everyone from the media, and I know them in real life, and they're not like they are on Instagram. We can't put people online on a pedestal, and I think disassociating that and letting Instagram be used as an artistic platform than a social media platform kind of helps separate that, at least in my opinion. So yeah, that's my first unpopular opinion. Another unpopular opinion I've got about Instagram. There's this new thing where Instagram is slowly testing out hiding the likes. I do have one problem with that. When you're hiding the likes, it's very easy for some Instagrammers. It'd be easy for them to fake engagement and fake a social media following. So the concealer I'm going to use today is NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Concealer in the shade Natural. I think it's pretty obvious that some people buy their media. They buy their followers. They've got maybe 30K on their accounts, but their likes is only maybe 50 or 100. So you obviously know there's a problem with Instagram, or at least their Instagram, if their engagement is not high. It's either they buy followers or they just don't have very good engagement anymore. One way that companies and the average consumer, like me or you, knows that these are fake Instagram influencers or content creators is by looking at the likes and seeing the engagement. When you hide the likes, it gets really hard to figure out, who's genuine and who's not. There's a difference between an influencer who has 30K but only gets 100 to 150 likes and an influencer who has 1,000 followers but has 100 likes. So we have to compare that in this market, in this digital social media age, who actually is an objectively good influencer. Following account doesn't mean shit now, okay? People can buy their likes, people can buy anything. So we have to count like who is really a real content creator, Instagrammer, influencer. I really hate the term influencer, but I'm gonna use it anyway just because it is the generalization of everyone who is online and markets themselves. I don't consider myself an influencer, but that's like another topic for another day. So yeah, I don't actually think hiding likes is a good idea for businesses because it's not good. It's not good at all. The great thing about this concealer is that like it doesn't crease as much, and I do this face a lot when I want to travel, but I also don't want to carry like my loose powders. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Essence All About Matte Fixing Powder. You see, I've already panned it. And I'm just going to dust that underneath my eyes and around where I tend to crease the most. Always tap off the excess. Do I have any more unpopular opinions about Instagram? I'm trying to remember. Ooh, I have one. I kind of want to get more into IGTV. I know not a lot of people use IGTV, so I might use it to post my poetry things, but also like maybe a bit more of the long-term talking videos. I don't know, we'll see. I think it's underused and undervalued. I think for my eyeshadow, I'm going to keep it quite minimal, so I'm going to add a bit of bronzer just as a wash of color. That being said, IG Live can go screw itself. I don't think I know anyone who uses IG Live and enjoys it. I think they have to make it better. I just think it needs to be revamped and things gotta change. I don't contour my nose often. It's just that I want it to photograph well. So I'm just bringing it down slightly and buffing it out. I'm gonna go into my mini masquerade from Juvia's Place, and I'm only just gonna add a little wash of color. Yeah, I might add Dahlia on the lids. What else did I want to talk about? Ooh, I got one. I think that's a very it's not an unpopular opinion, at least not in my circles, but I see this around on Instagram, especially when I see girls on Instagram being compared to, like there's this I'm not like other girls mentality. Obviously, when someone says Instagrammer, there's a specific type of woman they imagine. They imagine like this really bodacious babes with all this like big body shapes. They're very much society's expectations of a well-curved woman looks like. And they show it off, you know? That's what they do. And I personally don't mind it. I think it's fine if women on Instagram want to show off their bodies. Honestly, go ahead, do that. I'm not stopping you. However, what I don't like is people judging them, and the people who happen to judge them are the same people who follow them. For example, I knew a guy who told me like, oh my God, your Instagram's like so different from every other like Insta thought or whatever. Like you're different. This is the same guy that like he followed these women as well. He wouldn't like those photos because he's like, nah, I don't want people to know I like it. But he did follow them and he did consume their photos and their media. You know, I find that really hypocritical that there are people in this world that would hate on Insta thoughts but still follow them and consume their media. Insta thoughts, if that's what you want to call them, it's like women who highlight their bodies on social media. They're there because obviously there's a platform for it. They've got monetary value in this society, and they've obviously used it for their success. I can't hate on them for that. And don't get me wrong, I was a part of this mentality too, and it's something that you have to take a step back and think about. Why do I devalue these women simply for their actions that objectively don't hurt anybody? So I think there is a little bit of internalized misogyny and sexism that's rising simply because, not rising, prevailing because of these Instagrammers who show off their bodies. And we have to not do that on Instagram. God, I hope you guys can get what I'm saying. Also, unpopular opinion, I don't think anyone who is younger than 13 should be on Instagram. Because one, you're supposed to be 13 anyway. So the fact that I see like 11-year-olds on Instagram having their own accounts makes me really uncomfortable. This is a really simple makeup look. I don't even think I'm going to be wearing lashes. Unpopular opinion, I don't think you should follow people who you don't want to follow. Hate following, which means you follow people you really dislike, and that weirds me out. I don't think you should follow people that make you unhappy. Oh, but what if she finds out I unfollow her? Well, just then unfollow them. If you don't like her and she doesn't like you, then what's the point of following her and just being unhappy about seeing her account? And if they ask why, just explain, hey, this is the reason why. My sincerest apologies if it hurts her feelings. But to be honest, if someone's annoyed that you unfollowed them, then they've got bigger fish to fry. That's my unpopular opinion. Follow people that makes you feel happy. And it could be influencers. I definitely follow some influencers. Jackie, Ina, Alyssa, Ashley. They make me really happy when I see them on Instagram just because I love seeing them flourish. It's really fun. But I unfollowed Trend Mood, who talks about makeup releases, just because, oh my god, because I knew for a fact that if I kept following them, I just wanted all the makeup they posted, and that wasn't really good for my mental health or my bank account. For highlight, I'm gonna add Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Spotlight. Just a little dab, not too much. So I don't know if I wanna like put powder on. I might just want this look to be quite simple and natural. Nothing too powdery. I do that with the blush as well. The only thing I might have to do is contour, just because I don't have any cream contour products anymore. My favorite people on Instagram are creators. Follow people that inspire you, whether it is influencers like Jackie, Ina, or me, in fact, or your mom. I follow my mom. Ooh. However, speaking of influencer culture, and I know this isn't about Instagram, but I feel like I should touch on it anyway. This also touches upon following people that you want to follow and unfollowing people you don't want to follow. This kind of counts under that umbrella in the terms of Instagram influencers. The blush I'm going to use is the Maybelline Dream Matte Blush Creamy Shake Tint. I haven't tried this product out, it's my sister's. I know Brunei and influencers have kind of like a bad rep right now for one reason or another. So unpopular opinion about things. If you don't want someone to be an influencer anymore, don't support them. Don't follow them. Don't find yourself, ooh, I love that. It's a really nice blush color. It's not necessarily a boycott, it's more like canceling them. A lot of things happened while I was gone, and a part of me thinks like, wow, should I like count myself in all this drama? Even though it was like 8,000 kilometers away. Like, oh my god, am I affected by this? Like, am I one of these like influencers that are like being shat upon? And then I thought about it and I'm like, nah. What was the worst thing I did online? Like, we shouldn't put influencers and like all these people on Instagram up on a pedestal. As I said previously, we're all human, and Instagram isn't a reflection of reality, and the people that we act like on Instagram isn't necessarily the people who we are in real life. That being said, you should support good people who are not shitty and that you genuinely want to see succeed. You might not be able to change the mass opinion, but the people you follow and the people you choose to engage with will help them and support them. And that's why I think you should follow me. I'm kidding. Although my Instagram is right here. Follow me. Hey! I'm definitely not the same person as I was when I first started out on Instagram. And that's okay. I think that's a good thing. I think I'm still growing up. And I'm still learning what I value most in this world, whether that is Instagram or YouTube or my blog. It's really just a matter of time before like a new ooh, that looks too gray. Fuck. I gotta warm that up. That looks really gray. That looks way too cool toned. What was my point? My point is Instagram has changed everyone for the worst. No, it's not true. I don't think that's true. Instagram has given people a platform where they could express themselves in the way that they've always wanted to be seen and always wanted to be shown. It's only a matter of time whether those personalities, those people, show their true colors. And yeah, there have been bad seeds about. There have been people I know that really shouldn't have their fame. There's people I know buy their followers, and that's the tea. It's all a matter of whether or not you want to choose to continue supporting these people and their products and whatever they're supporting. or you support people that you genuinely like and that you want to see flourish in this world. Instagram is such a big platform, but it's also very, very new in terms of like the digital market. Like, don't you remember when Friendster and MySpace was a thing? Because I don't. I'm a millennial. No, I'm not. I'm Gen Z. But like, that was a thing, and like being popular in Friendster and MySpace was huge during that time. Now it's evolved to Instagram, and admittedly, it's a bigger platform because there's 1 billion users, because technology is so huge now. But one day, people are gonna change to different platforms, and one day, likes and all those things on Instagram don't matter. Until that day comes, we gotta just focus on being the best people we can be, and maybe Instagram is one way to highlight our growth. Instagram should be a place where you showcase your art and your personality and your values. My Instagram doesn't look the way it did 3 years ago, and I'm certainly not the same person as I was 3 years ago. My content has changed for years already, and that doesn't mean like it's gotten worse. It just means it's changed. Anyway, what lipstick shall I use today? I'm gonna use my Fenty Beauty lipstick in single, like me. Might darken that with some lip liner. And I'm just gonna top it off with my Glossier lip gloss in red. Okay, I am done. A very, very natural, simple look. I know, right? Very different. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and hearing me blab a lot about Instagram and my unpopular opinions about it. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Do the usual stuff that you tend to do. That'd be very sweet. My name is Bash Harry, and I will see you guys soon. Hopefully next week, or maybe sooner. Bye!